Okay, well, we're at Nikon House here, and I'm pleased to be able to show you the new Nikon D4 camera. This is our best movie camera to date. It features a full HD 1080p in 25, 24 and 30 frames per second, and that's the normal movie settings that you've become accustomed to, of course. It'll also do 60 and 50 frames per second in 720p mode. You have the facility also in those modes to stop down to 30, 25 and 24 as well. The exciting thing about this camera though is some of the ports on the side. For starters, we have not only a microphone in, which has 20 adjustments in camera available, but you also have a headphone out, which has 30 adjustment levels. So on our D3S, we had a microphone import, which you had 3 adjustments and your auto. Now you've got 20. And for the first time in any DSLR, you're able to actually hear the audio that you're recording. We already do a ME1 microphone that can attach onto a D4, but there's a whole host of other microphones out there, even from lapel mics and everything else, of course. The other great and interesting feature here is that we have, from the HDMI, is a completely clean feed out. To demonstrate that, let me just plug in this Zacuto finder, and if I turn the live view on, helps if I turn the camera on, of course, you'll be able to see straight away here we have a completely clean feed, no information at all, straight out from the HDMI port. This is what a lot of people have been asking for in DSLRs, to make full use of that glorious sensor size and all of the rich colour and gradation that we've been seeing in the chip, and I'm pleased to say that we've been able to introduce that with the D4. The nice thing as well is if you want to record a clean HDMI out feed, all you do is actually just record the feed as it is. So we've got an Atomos Ninja here, plug that in, press record, and you're not even inhibited by the 29-minute time on the recording. So to actually demonstrate this, and plugging in the Ninja now. So there's a number of devices on the market. This one's perfect because it's quite small and fits very neatly on top of the camera should you want it to. And if I just simply hit the record button now, it'll take the feed and start recording the clean feed. To show the feed on the Ninja, if you see there, all you've got is the information that the Ninja's actually displayed on top there. So you've got the clean information coming straight from the sensor. We also have on the back of the camera the ability to keep the information even while you've got the HDMI out, so that the back of the camera is also displaying all the vital information that you might want. Now this is really important from what we've been told, is that the cameramen might want to see this information, but the clean feed, obviously it doesn't have any effect whatsoever. So as you can see, if you look together, we've got the 2 feeds there, one showing the information on the back of the screen, the other one giving a completely clean feed for the recording. This is going to give image quality unlike we've seen in a DSLR before, or the ability to record it, not that it wasn't possible. You've also got some really interesting options available for your crop sizes. So not only do you have a full frame crop, which we call FX, which is a film 35mm, but we have a DX crop, which is a 1.5 times crop, and then we also have a new one which is a 1920 by 1080p crop. It's pixel matched, and what that means is that you can crop into the image by 1.5 times or 2.7 times and still record full HD. Now the benefit of this is that if you shoot the wide angle lenses, you can have all of the rich benefits and depth of field available that you have with smaller sensors when you're recording video, and obviously you get all of that wonderful shallow depth of field when you want it with the full frame. And to see that in action, if I take the extreme, if I go into the camera menu, and if I just move into the camera menu here, go to the shooting menu, and at the bottom of our shooting menu we have our movie settings. And I eventually will get there. So we have our movie settings, and right at the bottom in here where we select the settings, as you go right to the very bottom, we have our pixel matched. He says if he doesn't press any of the buttons, there we go. We have our crop factor there. So if I select the 30 frames there, for instance, and now go back into my live view setting, it's now very much cropped, but it's still giving me the full HD. So that's, as I say, great feature for if you need a bigger depth of field, or alternatively, if you want a greater reach for the lens that's attached to it. And being in one body, it makes it very, very versatile for various different applications. Other features that are really interesting and fun on the D4, certainly for people that are recording video, is the capability to record and start-stop remotely using the HTTP5 interface. So to give you an idea of this, let me just quickly attach this. Okay, so this is the WT5. It can be done over the Ethernet port as well, so if you've got a home network or the studio network, that can be easily done as well. But this is for ad hoc connections out in the field. And the great thing is that it will work with many devices. So to give you an idea of how the interface looks, this is how the iPhone interface looks. This is when I was out and about with a D4 and a WT5. And to give you an idea of the iPad on the screen resolution, here's a description here on the iPad, so you can clearly see the interface. And the great thing is you've got complete control over the controls for the camera remotely. You've got touch screens, so you can, where you touch is where you focus. You can turn the auto tracking, so the continuous autofocus on and off, and have single focus if you want. And you can also initiate the recording, and it will record, obviously not over wireless, it will record into the camera's card there, so that you can start and stop as you wish. So we think this is a really nice feature, and basically anyone with the D4 can plug the D4 into their network, or they can use a WT5 to connect to it. Means that they can then actually start shooting and remotely controlling the camera regardless of whatever position it's in, so if it's on a boom or whatever. So you've got that functionality, and it's based on the resolutions of iPhone, iPad, but actually it will work with Blackberries, Androids, etc. It's just the resolutions are based on the iPhones. The autofocus is exceptionally fast compared to the D3S, and you also have full-time focus tracking as well, which is available for the first time. So if I put my hand here and I press the AF on button, you can quickly see how rapidly it will focus, and the camera rechecks. It's a brand new algorithm. It's much faster than we had before. They also can employ face detection. Full-time tracking as well is available, and it can do subject tracking based upon how the subject looks and the shape, as well as it moves around the frame. That includes the colour on top of that as well. So other features here as well that are available in the camera is that you can actually assign the shutter release button on the camera to initiate the video and to stop the video. And what that really means in a real world scenario is that you can also trigger the video via the 10-pin connection, which is this one here. So that allows you a cabled connection, very easy to do, very straightforward, and by doing that it really helps out remote work. So any of the motorized heads that have a 10-pin connection that previously may have been used to do stills photography or time-lapse could easily be used now to actually initiate a movie recording as well. And aside from that, it is a fantastic stills camera to boot.